so I've made quite a few of these fairly specific tables, easy to move, and they just hang out between the chairs. We needed one more.
I want to use the whole width of this, but I want this to be symmetrical. So I think the top is going to be right in here. Then maybe the leg here, the base here.
This build is as difficult or as simple as you want it to be. It only has 3 pieces, the top, the bottom, and the leg. The first of these builds, I just kind of winged it. On this one, I took the time to draw it up in Fusion 360, and this gave me easy access to the dimensions. It also made it clear that I'm terribly bad at following my own instructions because I modified the leg while I built it. So I made this jig a while back, and it's mediocre at best, but it does get the job done. It just takes a little longer to set up. If I do decide to keep this, I need to go ahead and put a handle on it. I actually did keep the angles from my original drawing on this, so it made cutting these on the miter saw pretty easy. I think everyone who's a wood hoarder understands this move.
I was really working with the scaling, but when I set it up here, I actually like how that looks. So I think I'm just going to maybe texture this and attach it like it is.
This is one of those moments when you have a CNC and you move the spindle to set the X and Y, but you don't, and it cuts perfectly in the wrong spot. Once I recentered my focus and properly set the X and Y, it cut exactly how it was supposed to. So I figured the best way to remedy this would be to make it a feature. Since it cut too deep on the outside, my plan was to bevel the sides of the bottom. I could easily do this with the drum sander by attaching a small strip down the bottom and then letting it go through on both sides. I wasn't really sure how much I'd have to adjust this to get it centered, so I just took my time and dialed it as I went. What you're going to see here is me making it a lot more difficult than it actually should be. I decided to do a little overlap on this, so here was me transferring the marks. Whoever originally poured this shop floor must have had a heck of a night drinking, because if you move an inch in any direction, nothing's level. The bench wobble here is a great example of that. I could have made these pockets by hand, or I could have not even put them on the project at all. I know some people think that a CNC is cheating, but I don't see any of them napping flint to make an axe just to make their cuts. And if they do decide to do that, they have a lot more free time than I do. Here I worked a little smarter than earlier, and it took a whopping 2 seconds. Scratch that, 3 seconds. Now let's recap. Measure, mark, cut.
So in typical fashion, I couldn't leave well enough alone. I'm thinking that like I put this right there and then sand it smooth like the corner, and that should be a cool calling card on this.
I knew I was going to tape this to hold it after gluing it, but I didn't bring the tape over.
Oh, nice.
So that allowed me to glue it again. After these cuts, I realized I truly have to get me a flush cut saw. This worked, but it did require a little cleanup. Pre-making a few of these logos is actually coming in handy. I think I'm going to have to do a whole run of them. I didn't know it, but I was approaching a part of the project where I needed something that I didn't have. And I'm not sure if one exists to have anyway. I really wanted these parallel clamps to stand open. I looked all around, but I didn't find any. So right here, I had to do without. But I designed some right after. So after I get this level, I'll show you the result. So after I took the measurements, I drew these up in Fusion. Next, they got printed on the P2S and snapped onto the clamp. These are the poster child of the KISS method. You just flip it up to lock the clamp in the up position, then flip it down to lower it. It's that simple. I'm debating whether it would be worth selling packages of them or just sticking them on my Etsy page. I'm curious what others think. Feel free to weigh in on this because I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
Let's try putting it on the right way.
Since the top was already on here, it was pretty easy to get this to square up in the parallel clamps.
Slight crank there.
This was another one of those projects that took a long time to complete. It wasn't because it was particularly hard, it's because so much was going on around this time. It really turned out great, and you can just lug it around wherever you want. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as usual, if you made it this far, like and subscribe.